As some of you may know, I've been on what I call a smart buy. I'm really trying to just buy products that really speak to me, that seem unique and different, something that I don't have in my collection. So today is somewhat of a collective haul. Most of these things are from Sephora. Some of them are from Ulta. It's a mix. I tried to use a lot of these things so you could see them in action and swatch them so you can get more than just a show and tell in this video. Welcome back. It's Melissa and it's a haul, y'all. Just gonna start because I have a lot to show you and I have a lot of B-roll that I'm gonna cut in. So let's just cut to the chase and get started. I was really excited with my last order at Sephora that they had this Pharmacy Green Clean Melt Away cleansing balm in their sample bin, and I picked that up. So I'm really excited to try this. So many people love this, and I was like, yes, that is the only sample I got because I'm not just getting samples to get samples. It's only if there are things there that interest me. I will say that yesterday I was able to convert some of my points into a $100 gift card. Yes, I'm super excited because you know that April sale is coming up and it gives me a little extra money to spend. Woohoo! Let's start off with some skincare. I am just kind of obsessed with these little eye masks. And so I picked up 2 different types and I've been trying them out. I'd like to know if you have a personal favorite, so share that below if you have an eye mask favorite that you love. So you know that I love the ones from Shiseido. I think they're absolutely the gold standard. And I feel like they are a little bit pricey, so I wanted to try some other options. And I did a very interesting little cost analysis, which I will share with you once I'm done talking about these 2 products. So I'll go ahead and include a little photograph of the Shiseido ones. I don't have them handy, but I do have a couple of sachets left of those. And I picked up these from Erno Laszlo, the multitask eye serum masks. These come in a package with 6, and they are in these little sachets. And I used them before today's video. I think they did a beautiful job. All right, and these come in a tray very similar to how the Shiseido ones come. Okay, and they're like a little gel patch, like a clear gel. It's not like fabric, it's like a clear little gel. I'm not gonna lie, they're kind of tricky to get off. So according to the box, it says it addresses dark circles, puffiness, and fine lines and wrinkles. And I do feel that it was very cooling. I felt like it did address some of the fine lines and wrinkles that I have under my eyes. Of course, as you know, that effect is temporary, but it really is pretty dramatic. So I think it did a great job. Okay, I've had these on 15 minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and take them off. They feel great. I mean, I really like them. They stayed on nice. They're really cooling. And they're very similar to some of the other ones. Pat that in. And let it absorb in. For me, these really hydrate under my eyes. Not just these, but really any one of these little eye masks do a beautiful job hydrating under my eyes. And I feel like it gives me a really refreshed look. I really am totally obsessed with these. This is my bad side. I feel like it took a lot of the puffiness away and hydrated and plumped up those wrinkles. The other one I picked up is from Peter Thomas Roth. It's their Clinical Skincare Water Drench line. And it's the Hyaluronic Cloud Hydrogel Eye Patches. and they come in a jar like this. There is a little like spatula that is stored in the lid. All of the patches are just, I don't want to say loose, but they're stacked. They're stacked in the jar, so you just use this little spatula to pry one free, and you put it on your eye, and then you pry another one free, you put it on your other eye, and you're good to go. I will say, this little tidbit kind of annoys me. They come in a box like this, and you're like, wow, that's a lot of product. So then you open it up, and then there's like a false top to it, and the jar is down below. That kind of annoys me. And it's not the only product today that has done that. So it's just a little pet peeve of mine, because you think you're getting so much more. So these seem like they might be a better buy because they are cheaper for this package, but there's fewer in there. So for grins, I decided to do a little calculation, and I took the total cost and divided it by the number of sets of eye patches that are in there. And I was really surprised by the outcome. Erno Laszlo were the most expensive. And so they come to $5.83 a pair, okay, per use. Then the next up is the Shiseido, and they come to $5.67. Okay, so that's not a huge difference between those two. These from Peter Thomas Roth come to $1.73 a pair. Wow. Because there are 30 pairs in here. That's crazy. I'm pretty excited about that. And I liked these quite a bit. So I think I will maybe do a video in the future just all on eye masks. If that's something that interests you, let me know below, and I will continue my little analysis. So let's move on to some face products. I have two here from Laura Geller. One is the Balance and Brighten in the shade Fair. This is obviously just a powder foundation. I'm wearing it today, and I have included some footage of me putting it on. That's all I have on my face, is this foundation. I think it really gives such a beautiful coverage. It's not too much. It's so comfortable. I think the color is pretty good. It might lean, I might have been able to go a little bit lighter. The other one was actually an accidental purpose. This is the Baked Bronze and Brighten in Fair. I really thought I was buying the foundation, and when I opened it I was like, oh, it's the bronzer. But I like the bronzer quite a bit, and I did go ahead and use that as a contour today. These are both in the shade Fair. I'll show them to you side by side. I'm a fan of these products. I think they're pretty awesome. Then the next face product that I picked up is the new Fenty concealer. Regretfully, I forgot to use this when I was getting ready today, but I have used it probably for about 2 weeks now. I wear it in shade 150. It comes with this little doe foot applicator, and here's just a quick little swatch. It is thick. It's, at first I thought it was like the Tarte creaseless concealer, that one that they repackaged into the pretty packaging. That's very, very thick, and I thought, ooh, is this as thick as that? Because I'm not sure I really like that thickness. But I feel like it is not. It's very pigmented, but it really blends out beautifully. Next up is a new product from Supergoop. It's the Shimmer Shade Broad Spectrum Sunscreen SPF 30. It's like a little pot of eyeshadow color that you apply, but it has an SPF of 30, which I think is rather brilliant. This only comes in 3 shades. It comes in 2 pretty light shades. One's called First Light, the other one's called Golden Hour, and then this is called Sunset. This is the darkest shade. The other 2 are really beigey shades, and one is like, I would say more cool toned or neutral, and the Golden Hour is a little bit warmer. They all have a shimmer finish, so that, you know, you obviously can wear them alone, but I think you could probably also wear them under your eyeshadow if you wanted to as a base. That's something that could be could be tried. So I did quickly, this just came yesterday, so I really haven't played with it very much, but I did give it a try. I think the color's okay. It might be a tiny bit warm on me. I thought it, you know, it reads very like a neutral brown with a little bit of a warm shimmer in it. I'll have to see what I think about it on my eyes actually wearing it, and also to see how long it lasts. So this unfortunately just came in yesterday and I wanted to include it in this video, and I really haven't done more than like swatch it and swatch it on my eyes. I also have picked up 2 new palettes in the last couple weeks, and let's talk about this one first. This is the Fame palette from ColourPop. I have to be really honest, my earlier experience with the Super Shock shadows and the little pots I wasn't overwhelmed by them. I liked a couple of the shades, but in general I didn't think that they were anything miraculous, and it kind of made me not want to try their new pressed shadows. I just was like, okay, yeah, fine, whatever. And this palette was mentioned by Jessica Braun. I know a lot of you love her and follow her. She did a little palette video about neutrals or cool neutrals. Honestly, I don't really remember. And she talked about this palette. And I was like, huh, that looks kind of interesting. So I looked at it at Ulta. I passed on it. And then about a month later, I went back and I'm like, yeah, I think I really want this. So I picked it up and I was able to get a lot of really beautiful looks with this. It is very neutral and it leans a little bit more on the cool side. There are a couple of slightly warmer tones in here, but for the most part I would say it's more neutral to cool. The warm tones that I've tried actually work fine for me. They're not too orangey. That is my big problem, super orangey. And I think there are a couple of shades that make really great one shadow looks. This one called Privy, Posh down here, are really beautiful shades that actually can work so nicely for a one shadow look. While it does kind of look like all one note, there are some subtle variations to it, and I think, wow, this is just a really like everyday useful palette. I don't get the packaging with this palette. Like, this packaging does not indicate that you're going to have a beautiful neutral palette underneath there. There's a big disconnect with that packaging for me. So let's talk about what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I picked up the new Marc Jacobs Stiletto palette. It comes in this beautiful chrome packaging, but it's still just like their other Color Icon shadow palettes. And inside there are 7 shades. Very similar kind of format to their other long skinny palettes like this. I picked this up because last week or the week before they were having a 20% off friends and family sale. Like, whoa. Here's my little tip to you. If you are not following some of your favorite brands on social media, you will miss out on some of these little sales that they do. And in some cases, I think that's much better than we'll get during this spring Sephora sale, because that's typically about 15%. Just a shout out to following your favorite brands on social media. Whichever one you're on, you'll get all the great notifications, and then you can take advantage of it and save yourself a little money, which is what I did with this palette. First of all, let's just talk about what I did for today's look. And today, I went ahead and I used this in my crease and this under my brow bone. And this was just kind of as like a little bit of a base transition shade. And then I went into this really glittery, shiny shade and put that on my lids. And then I went back into this shade and brought that up into my crease along the lower lash line, and of course just used this light shade under my brow bone. So I think these shadows are lovely from Marc Jacobs. I think they perform beautifully. I think, you know, you look at this and you go, oh, this is like a purpley kind of palette. But honestly, you can get a really great neutral look. I actually did a really basic like neutral look that would be great for the office, and then just changed it a little bit added a couple of shades to bring it into a nighttime look. So I think it's very versatile. So these are these two colors here and here, which are very beautiful. They're really beautiful. But I also wanted to show how when you put this glittery shade on top of it, how it transforms them. I'm just going to put it on like the lower half of that little swatch. So you can see this is with the transformer over these two matte shades. I think it really changes them. I think it's stunning. So that's somewhat of a transformative shade in my opinion. I think it's pretty sheer just on the eyelids alone, but I kind of liked it for this look today. So the last two things are lip products, and let's just talk about what I have on my lips today. This is a new brand that I'm trying. It's the Kosas brand. They have recently joined the Sephora family, and so I've seen a lot of reviews of their oil foundation popping up on a lot of other channels, some big, some small, and with mixed reviews. Some people love it, some people hate it. I am thinking about getting that foundation to give it a try, but I'm waiting for the Sephora sale. In the meantime, I had a little coupon, just a little coupon, that allowed me to do $15 off an order for $50. Okay. And that's when I picked up the Super Goop and this lip color, because I didn't want to go way overboard. I just wanted to get like right around that $50 so I could maximize that $15 off. This is one of their lipsticks. This shade is Rosewater. What I like about this brand is it does group all their lip products, warm and cool, and they label this as cool. I guess it's cool. I think it has some warm undertones. It's okay. I don't love it as much as I thought I would, but honestly I haven't worn it very much. It is kind of sheer and glossy, so I don't think it's going to be ultra long wearing, but it certainly is beautifully comfortable and could go with a lot of things. It's pretty. It's not the holy grail that I thought it was going to be, though. I'm very particular about lipsticks. But I want to take this off and show you the Marc Jacobs lipstick that I picked up in the shade Vinyl Dream when I got the palette. Here it is, Vinyl Dreams. I love this formula from Marc Jacobs. I think it is fantastic. And I think this color is quite stunning. It definitely appeals to me. I like it. It's dark, but it's not too bright. It's a beautiful, like, muted plum. I don't know. It really, really appeals to me. I publish videos every Saturday morning, and I'll include a link to last week's video right up here in case you missed it. And if you are new to my channel, just stopping by for the first time, I hope you will hit this little bee icon and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you so much, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.